I am back on the California Raisins mug. Welcome back to my channel. Right now we are about to open up day 12 of the Bye Bun Mini Mystery Sticker Advent. We are getting into warmer tones, as you can tell by the paint, the gouache on our little envelope here. But let's get into it. Day 12, here we go. Day 12, okay, ooh, it's another biggie. We got a big one. We got a big one. So as I was creating the digital versions of a lot of these illustrations, I would kind of do them in batches. I realized that I, again, wanted to represent a little bit more of my mixed media, and I didn't have any art journaling in it at all. Now, that does kind of reflect just my general kind of vibe lately. I don't do a lot of art journaling these days, and it's just because it's a time thing. Art journaling just is really time consuming for me. I have to be in a certain mindset to be art journaling. So what few art journal spreads I did complete this past year, they're some of my favorites I've ever made, but it's few and far between. I just don't do it very often. That said, when I had kind of created all the digital, and I'm looking at them, that's why I keep looking down here. When I created all the digital versions of the illustrations and I had them all together, I realized I really needed to represent some art journaling in there. So I went back to one of my favorite art journal spreads that I created this past year. You know, I was doing a lot of houses, obviously, because we've been dealing with quarantine and isolation and all those sorts of things. I say all of us because we've all been dealing with that during this pandemic. So the concept of the house and houses is something that I've been repeating a lot in my work, and I think a lot of you can probably relate. So I picked a spread that had a house, and one of my favorite houses that I had done. I love this one because it's insanely detailed. Not only is the house really detailed, but the whole spread is really, there's a lot to it. So when I went to go make the sticker, obviously I wanted to include the house. I also wanted to include the like swimmer person that's down here at the bottom, which was a little chunk of ephemera that I became really obsessed with, that I just really loved. And I remember like I kept moving it from spread to spread because I wanted to include it on something, but I didn't know where. And I stuck it on this one, and then I painted over her a lot, but you can see where the water is kind of peeking through on the like cross symbols here that I've created. That's the water that she's swimming in. So that's kind of just negative space that I created out of that image, and then really carved her out with paint. So looking at it, you would have no idea that she was like swimming in water, but it's kind of cool. And I'm glad I was able to include that kind of arm reaching up towards the house in the sticker design. Knowing that I was going to be doing an art journal sticker, I wanted to do a bigger one and a shape that I hadn't done yet. So again, just trying to really mix things up from day to day and the different stickers kind of represented in the Advent. I went ahead with a rectangle shape, which I think is kind of fun and just kind of different. It has sort of like a label vibe, but I feel like it's also just a really nice like space filler at the same time. Like it's a big sticker, but it's also not. I don't know how to explain it. I just think the proportions of it are really nice, and I was able to include everything that I wanted to. I'm happy with this one. It is why it is towards the end of the Advent. I feel like I put, you know, my couple of really favorite ones at the beginning to kind of like get the party started. I love so many in this Advent, but as we get towards the end, I definitely wanted to have some of the good ones, really like personal ones that I really loved, kind of leading up to our finale here. And we are getting close to our finale, as this was day 12. Tomorrow we're rolling into day 13. We are coming near the end of this series, just a couple more episodes or installments to go. Stay tuned and join me tomorrow for day 13. See you then.